Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, no town hall today. Happy Monday. So I hope everybody is doing well. And since I was not able to stream yesterday, I figured I would hop in this morning and say hello to folks since it's been a bit of a tumultuous week. And it doesn't seem like it's getting any better from a Splinterlands perspective. We're seeing more new all-time lows for SPS. We saw some liquidations over the weekend, and I guess I have some news I can share with you, which isn't going to help with that. But we can jump into it in a second. Now, the good news is Bitcoin is up. The market is up. Everything is green. So it's really just Splinterlands that is down, down, down. Although it is nice to see DEC kind of getting back up above the 700 Splintoshi range. But I am very happy and excited to see October in full effect, at least for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. Ultimately that was to be expected. So I just wish we could say the same for Splinterlands, but unfortunately, this is where we're at, with SPS now dropping to 1.41 cents. And it's actually 1.39 if you go check CoinGecko. So once again, I think Splinter Cards is trying to make us feel a little bit better than what reality actually is. Okay, so let me go ahead and make sure everything is coming through. I believe the audio is okay. I should check that out. There you go. Yeah, audio is good. Music is good. Let me check stream health. Everything looks great on that end. So fantastic. Now we can jump into the chat, see who all is here. Leandro, what is going on? Gregory Levenfield, hello, hello. Razor Games, how are you? Good to see you guys here. Yeah, so if you did not see it this morning, let's actually go over. I put out a video for it already, but I figure we can cover it in a little bit more detail here, which is the governance proposal to hire Steam monsters. And actually, what I did not do yet is check out some of the comments to see where we're at with this. So Dave McCoy, I love this proposal for so many reasons. Implications for our game are positive. Truly help everyone involved. Okay, so for those that ask, half the DEC from all sales go to the DAO, where they are A, used to give value to SPS, or B, burned to eliminate DEC from the economy. Both are super positive. Yeah, I hope we just end up burning that DEC. It would be fantastic. I mean, I know the DAO could potentially do some things with it, but then that just creates unnecessary sell pressure later. Aligning community finances with the success of Rebellion pack sales. That's cool too. Half the sales will not go to the team. This means the team will have to operate leaner in the future so that they are successful. Operating lean is, well, we've been operating pretty lean already. Half the sales will not hit the economy in the short run, since at least because the DAO is unlikely to sell their DEC received. The model is bold and revolutionary. I can agree with that. Which are good reasons. Elaborate, please. Oh, that's fantastic. This is a massive win for decentralization. I have not seen a blockchain gaming developer offer to give up 50% of the revenue like this. Yeah, it's cool. I don't get me wrong. I like it. I hope the team will be able to like thrive off of whatever they're able to earn, but so far I think we're all right. All right, this looks like a great proposal for the DAO. So Konako says, I'm confused. We are now hiring the Steam Monsters Corp, who made Splinterlands, to make assets for Splinterlands. Who's great? Yeah, okay. So, the interesting question here then becomes, what about the server costs on which Splinterlands runs? I mean, is that something that the DAO is going to have to cover at some point in the future? Other expenses for the game in general, not just like maintaining the game or the resources for the team. But we're getting into an interesting spot here. Now, granted, decentralization is a spectrum. I've said this many times before, and Splinterlands is moving in the right direction. Are we there yet? No, but it's not a black and white situation. All right. Oh, Matt responded here. So the DAO is a completely separate organization from Splinterlands and is owned and managed by the SPS token holders. The idea is that over time, the DAO will own the Splinterlands game and receive proceeds from asset sales. then they can use those funds to hire developers. Interesting. Okay. We already do this. Oh, Matt's been like really active. Look at him responding. So we already do this somewhat through the mini sets, but in that case, Splinterlands Company did all the development work for free, and the DAO receives all the proceeds. We are attempting to move more towards. I actually like this from that standpoint, because you know what, the Rift Watchers model was just not going to be sustainable long term. If the team had to put together these sets for the long run, that was just going to be tough. Toto is asking, why do you do this? Surely the company would earn more. Yeah, 100%. So tournament prize funds come from SPS inflation pool, not from pack sales. So this will not affect tournament prizes at all. You're right that we would likely earn much more in the short term if we keep 100% of the profits from the Rebellion sale. In the long run, however, we feel that it will be much better for the company if more value goes to the DAO. So we are purposely offering to give up significant short-term revenue in order to build long-term benefit for the entire ecosystem. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right. Anything else here? Oh, Matt did respond to this. If sale goes around, the only DAO. Okay. So if the DAO does not want to participate in this, that is totally fine. But I would suggest you consider what would happen to the value of the DAO's funds if Splinterlands, the company, fails. So the way I see it, if the DAO shares in the risk, no matter what, this is an opportunity. Okay. So I'm really not liking the fact that the DAO cannot weigh in on price and edition size here. Voting no until that is changed. So Matt actually says that is reasonable. I would have ideally liked the DAO to be the ones making the decisions, but considering the urgency and timing, that just wasn't going to be possible in this case. I understand it's not a perfect scenario for the DAO, but this is like the only opportunity the DAO will have for something like this, probably until the next major set comes out. So the question is it better to take this opportunity despite not liking a few things or turn it down? Oh, Matt's really backing us into a corner. I think for the most part, though, this thing is heavily voted in favor of right now. In fact, let's go over to Peak Monsters and let's see here. I haven't even voted. Yeah, 99%. Or let me just refresh this. Yeah, 99.73%. All right, so this is already going to a vote. I'll give my thumbs up here, mainly because that will go towards the DAO, actually. But interesting to see these two proposals no longer passing. Swap BUSD for USDT, or at least maybe not no longer, but the IMNO one to burn cards for Rift Watcher packs. You know, I'm kind of on the fence. I voted for it because I'd love to see an event, but at the same time, like, I mean, Rift Watcher cards are like the only things that are holding their value in this entire economy. Let's actually take a look and see. Oh, man. Why am I tired already? So price. Let's remove promo. And let's remove reward cards. Yeah, I mean, it's just dominated by Rift Watcher cards. Check it out. Wow, interesting to see some of these go under $10 now. But you know, I think we're just we're gonna see or continue to see massive capitulation all across the board. That's not surprising to me at all. What I wonder is how are the new mechanics going to enhance some of the cards that are currently part of the Chaos Agents set? Or is it going to be something where it's only the new Rebellion cards that have like the new game mechanics that are teased? And if I was designing the cards and wanting to get the most utility to Rebellion, I would only have it for the Rebellion cards, is how I would design it. International Travel Channel, Guten Tag, what's going on? And the P, hello. Good to see you guys here. Yeah, I know this is an unusual time for me to be streaming, but I actually do want to stream more. I'm trying to just get back into it hardcore. So obviously I'm going to keep the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule here. for mainly like focus on like Splinterland stuff. But I don't be surprised if you see me doing more kind of ad hoc streams here, playing other games. I've gotten into Parallel a lot more with Darkest Night, and I actually want to do more streaming on Twitch as well. I got away from it for a while, but now with Splinterlands TV essentially going away, I don't know. I just want to get back into streaming there on Twitch, and probably will be doing some fun Web 2 degen stuff like Fortnite. But we'll see how that all plays out. Okay. What I need to see, or at least what I would like to see, is how far am I from getting a maxed Rift Watcher silver set? So missing DCX. Okay. So Diamond Plus, I am still $2,600. Man, how, like, even with the market this low, I cannot imagine spending $2,600 on a supplemental set. Now, silver, on the other hand, it's $289. And I would say a bulk of it is probably going to be, oh, yeah, the legendaries. Check that out. 30, 60, 90. Yeah. So. But the legendaries do make it. How many do I need to buy? Okay, so I only have one B6 with all these legendaries. Damn. Oh, I need one more Ilthane in order to be able to play this at silver. I'm sorry, max for silver. Let's see, where am I at with Chaos Legion? Oh, with Chaos Legion, I only need to spend $9 more in order to get a max silver set. Okay, we should make that happen. At the very least. For gold, I would need to spend another $2. Actually, oh, you know what? Okay, this just further solidified it. That I will be happily moving down to silver and gold once Rebellion is out. I will either sell my diamond level cards or rent them out, and then rent lower level cards to play with. But I mean, $200 is doable. I could sell a bunch of my vouchers and start to accumulate this. Right, Alex? I see you there. Blockchain projects. I really do hope a bi-monthly live stream. Oh, SPL does a bi-monthly. If they fail this, then I might lose interest. The weekly streams were unique to SPL. See, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people didn't like the town halls, but the town halls are what kept everybody, myself included, engaged in what was going on. Now, part of the problem was the town halls were used as like, hey, here's what's coming, X amount of time down the line. We didn't really know what X was, but everybody assumed it to be like soon. Yeah. I don't know. But this is the first week without a town hall, and I don't know when. Like, they don't have anything scheduled. They said probably once a month, so my guess would be the next town hall. Let's put it this way. Okay, let me pull up my calendar here for October. I can see the next one being a full month, a full 4 weeks away if it comes out October 23rd, or if it happens October 23rd. Now, why do I say that? Well, because if we go by what the team said in that post, they're trying to get us Rebellion sale details, right? How many packs, the cost of packs, all of that stuff, early October. So early October is like this week. And maybe the first half of next week, right? Until next Tuesday. And then the post later said the pre-sale beginning shortly afterwards. So if you consider early October to be up until October 10th, I don't know what shortly afterwards means, but if they copy what they did with Chaos Legion, that did launch in October as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Maybe not the 17th, but like the 24th. Again, none of this is counting land either. So part of me is just like, land is once again going to be put on the back burner in favor of rebellion. God, that sucks. I really didn't think they'd do that. I really did not think that they would do that. But we're still just speculating here. So I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I'm just wondering where land fits into all of this. I was following along in Mav chat, and I think there was supposed to be a new Mav build last Tuesday is what Farpachad said on the town hall, but that didn't happen at all last week, and now he's saying today. I don't think it's happened yet, has it? Nope. He hasn't not said anything. That's crazy. Well, you know what? Hold on. I do want to share some stuff with you guys. I was on a very, very long phone call this morning. And since this is technically public information, I thought it'd be worthwhile to share it here. I was already given permission to, but you can see who's selling their nodes: Walking Keys and Darkest Night. Now, I haven't followed suit yet, but man, do they have very compelling points, as they were trying to tell me on the phone. The three of us were on the phone earlier today. And yeah, so that's happening. I know Darkest Night is in the process of unstaking all of his SPS as well. So, you know, there you guys kind of have it. It is what it is. So Alex is saying, ready to buy $15 Dr. Blights. I'd be, maybe I wouldn't be surprised if we got down there. I think the only reason Dr. Blight would drop that much in value is if Rift Watchers found a way to devalue him or nerf him. So me, I sold a bunch of vouchers. Oh, look at you. You're not the true diamond hands of vouchers. Sold it for Shard. Oh, ew. Come on, get out of here. What'd you buy with Shard? What's happening in Golem Overlord right now? All I do is I check in every day, I claim my thing, and then I buy more scavenger golems. And I haven't really paid attention to what's going on in that game since. Rebelling for land, things must be worse than we all thought. Oh, Gregory, I think the layoffs were the biggest signal of that being the case. I mean, land has just been probably the most frustrating thing of all. See, 6 months ago, I wasn't like one of those like when land and, you know, upset about it. But I could understand people who had been waiting like for 2 years. I think the land sale was in at the end of 2020, right? So we're coming up on almost 3 years to the launch of land without having functional land available. And don't tell me that like being able to see it on a map somewhere is functional. Like, again, shout out to what the team did for land phase 1.0, but that wasn't the end goal, right? It was supposed to be usable. Powis, what is going on? Howdy. Alex, really Golem has battle passes? Oh, I did not know that. And Luis, what's going on? XWheelX. Okay, hold on. No, I'm not trying to start anything here. That was just pure speculation. I'm not saying that it will be before land. I said it would be really sad if it was before land. But I am trying to infer from what we know about land and where it's at. The new Mav build has not even hit, and we know that it's not going to be the final one. I think if you go by the last town hall, which Farpachar was on, he said he wanted to knock out a couple of things. And then, so he was going to make a build for last week, which didn't happen. Hopefully that happens this week. And then there'll be an additional build there. On top of that, what's his name? Cryptomancer said that 23 outstanding bugs means that we are at least a couple of weeks away. Now, he said that, I think, over the weekend, we'll say, right? So I would put a couple of weeks away. And you guys can't see this, but I'm holding up, I'm looking at the calendar here, right? So let's look at October Tuesday release dates, since I think they're going to continue keeping, major releases on Tuesdays. So you have tomorrow, the 3rd, 10, 17, 24, 31. So there's 5 release windows or maintenance windows in which stuff will go live, or stuff can go live this month. I don't think or know of anything that's happening tomorrow, so we can already count that out. Now, if you take Cryptomancer at his word and you look at where Farbertrot is at, we haven't gotten the Mav builds out yet. That would put land at the very earliest, very, very earliest, October 17th, which is roughly 2 weeks from today. It's exactly 2 weeks from tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. Fine, cool. Maybe land comes out on the 17th. Here's my question for you guys then. Let's read between the lines of this. So we expect the full details about the set and the sale to be announced in early October, with the pre-sale starting soon afterwards. So, all right, don't ding me on my definitions here, or hold me to my definitions, but I would say early October. I would put anywhere between October 1st and October 10th. So I'm hoping that we'll get more information either later this week or hopefully early next week on the details about the set, which again, I would assume include all the different things, pack count, price, discounts, maybe even promo card. I don't know, all that stuff. And then the pre-sale starting shortly afterwards. Again, shortly afterwards could be like a month, right? Especially if like soon is a long time. Shortly afterwards might even be longer than that. So maybe the pre-sale doesn't start until November. I don't know. But I would assume if they're trying to kind of follow the template of Chaos Legion, that did come out October 18th of 2021. So I don't know. Pre-sale could begin like the 17th or the 24th. Would they do so? That's my question for you. Would they do like back-to-back major releases like that? And maybe they don't. So maybe land does come out first. Maybe land goes live on the 17th, and then they don't do anything on the 24th, and they do, maybe the pre-sale begins on the 31st, runs for a month. So yeah, I don't know. Fair, gotcha. Okay, I'm just not wanting to spread misinformation here. This is all just speculation based on what they've said. Yeah, go to Golem. They're on second battle pass now. What? There's battle passes there? Oh wow, good job, man. Well, I do need to go and check it out. Pre-sale will be interesting. A lot of people have been burned by the last few. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have either left the game or they just don't believe in whatever, and they're not going to buy packs in the pre-sale. Here's a question. There's 20-something people in this chat right now. How many people here are planning to buy in the pre-sale? And if you're planning to buy, are you planning to go like super heavy, or are you going to buy like a couple packs? Because I'm not going super heavy the way I did with Chaos Legion. I will most likely, I probably won't skip out on it completely, but I'll probably buy a couple packs, and by a couple, I mean like 5, maybe 10, maybe, right? All depends on where the price of SPS and DEC are. If I decide to start burning some SPS. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of good with where my Chaos Legion set is at. I want to see how good some of these cards will be. But yeah, I don't know. People got burned by Chaos Legion because the value obviously dropped so much. And then they got burned by the Rift Watchers pre-sale with just that whole fiasco of how it ended up happening. I don't think the timing issue or like sell out overnight or within a couple of minutes is going to happen this time around. But, and we won't necessarily be changing it to DEC the way that that happened, or at least what was proposed in November of last year. So rebelling before land is dumb. I'm not buying any packs, says Alex, at all. Yeah, I mean, not see. Like, here's the thing. I really don't want to buy packs either, and it's mainly because my collection is fine where it's at. I'm not looking to spend any more capital on it, and I don't want to buy packs because packs is just I'm just rolling the dice. I think I'm gonna buy a couple just because it'll be fun to open them up on stream. But yeah, I don't know. I would rather just go out and buy cards for myself. So Tommy Lee, pre-sale burn me like dopamine. What's going on? All right, so my card deck is good right now. Rubinsky, what's going on? Half%. I will join your bulk buys as usual. Oh, well, thanks, man. I don't know that I'm going to do any bulk buys this time. I mean, if people really, really want to, maybe. But I don't know. I just don't see it. Hold on, give me 1 second here, guys. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Louis says, I don't think I will buy any packs unless there's some radical change to the way they are doing it. Interesting. Okay. Now, see, look, this is important, guys. If you don't know who X or Luis is, we met at Splinterfest, one of the top players in the game, both at Splinterfest, as well as, in the regular ranked rewards or, ranked system that we currently have, saying that he's not planning on buying packs. So I don't know, like, who is planning on buying packs? Is anybody here planning on buying packs? I know there's not that many of us, but can we at least find one person that's planning to buy a ton of packs? I also bought Zerial, and that was a big mistake. Yeah, I stayed away from Zerial. I just don't need any of the extra cards. I do like the fact that if I buy something this time around, half of it's going to the DAO, and I feel like, okay, to a certain extent, I have like ownership of that. It's not going to tank the market, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. I just can't bring myself to buy. Now, what could change things is if land comes out and there's a spike in potential card prices, I could see myself selling some of those cards, some of the extras that I have, which aren't too many, right? Because my deck is still nowhere close to being complete. But if the Rift Watcher cards that I have extra, sorry, not the Rift Watchers, but the reward cards that I have extra of end up going, up in price, maybe I liquidate some of those and buy some packs. Or more specifically, it's like if there's a really good card there, I'll probably just end up buying the card. I thought I voted for this. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so that's where things are kind of currently at. Luke is in the house. What's going on, Luke? Good to see you here. I bought a Zerial about 10 minutes ago for $18. Whew. Only because of low pop. I wanted one before waiting until today to get it. Well, see, patience pays off. Oh, damn it. DEC is below 700 Splintoshis again. It's just complimenting it on that. I was going to see we've burned through a lot of the extra DEC that just came online. 3-day only shows 0.76. What are people burning DEC for right now? I don't even know. Damn, look at crop token. Oh, I should have, you know what? I should have gone heavy on crop token. This thing is up 50%. It's crazy. Look at that. It's up 50%. That's nuts. And there's a new burn mechanism for the crop token, which is exciting. Granted, crop inflation is just super, super high, so we'll see where things play out. All right, let me see. So Kron needs to go under $30 now. Maybe after Untamed rotates out, we'll see that. What's it at? Wasn't it like $40? Oh, 35. Hey, you're pretty close. I think you'll get there. So Darkest Night was checking the price of Kitty earlier today because I think he's looking to sell his. If anybody is interested, let me know and I can put you in touch. Yeah, I kind of expect a lot of these to drop even further once Rebellion is out. They give you a 2x on land. So in a sense, that should, like, if we were to look at, what's the cheapest legendary here? $3.04. Okay, well, I guess you're kind of down there already. See, these are kind of in line with what I would expect because it's a 2x from the value that Chaos Legion provides. But really, the premiums come in with the value that a lot of these cards have in game. But, you know, there's actually not that many for sale anyway, so we'll see. All right. Harry, what's going on? Hey, Sound, just got here. What are your thoughts on Bulldog's proposal? Is there a new Bulldog proposal, or is it the one that just went live? I voted for it. So the thing is, we need to get out of Binance US dollars. I don't know how much BUSD we have. I don't think it's that much, but I wouldn't mind getting out of BUSD and USD. I wouldn't mind getting out of USDT either. I wonder what the holdup is for people. Why are so many people voting against this? So Azure, well, he just votes against anything Bulldog does, I think. Vugtis is against it too. I actually think it's incredibly disappointing that Bulldog even needs to propose this. I think a lot of people are holding it against Bulldog because he bought a lot of DEC, which again, that doesn't factor into anything for me. If you objectively look at it, Binance US dollars are going to be phased out. Binance themselves has said, get out of BUSD because in February of next year, we will no longer be utilizing them. Buy other stablecoins, trade them out for other stablecoins. So Binance is literally saying this about their own stablecoin. And we're futzing around here, wasting time with, voting down proposals that get rid of BUSD. So when I say I'm disappointed that Bulldog even had to push this in, I feel like, why does someone from the community have to come in and burn 100,000 DEC? Like, shouldn't that have come from the team? Maybe. I mean, just my thought. Or maybe it's something that we can all like get behind and say, hey, we shouldn't be burning. I mean, yes, burning DEC is great, but like this is something that we just need to take care of as like an admin issue, right? We don't want to lose however much, tens of thousands of dollars of BUSD when it gets eventually gets phased out because we can't figure out the proper proposal and we waste 2 weeks every time somebody proposes something. Like, again, I know we still have plenty of time between now and February, but these proposals, like to get out of BUSD, have been going on for a couple of months now, since August. So if we just can't get it together and we're just going to sit in BUSD. Now, the other option, and I hope that it will solve this, even if people vote this down, is if we approve of the DAO paying $250K, I think that included BUSD. So in a way, I guess you don't need to vote for Bulldog's proposal. Although I think it's great that Bulldog proposed that. I just wish that he hadn't been the one that needed to do that. So like the team could take the BUSD, excuse me. They can take the Binance US dollars and then, convert that to fiat or whatever they end up doing with it. So I guess there's two things here. As long as they both don't get voted down, I'll be happy. Hopefully that answers your question, Harry. Need Oshure under 20 now. Mega Marcus going for 1,000 packs. If some others want to ramp up to reach 20% bonus for 2,000, this would be nice. All right, well, there you go. That is the first. That is the first kind of bulk buy that I've heard of. I wonder if anybody else is going to be doing the same. But 1,000 packs. What is that? Hold on. Assuming 4,000 DEC. Oh, that's just 4 million DEC. We need a lot more than that to get eaten up off the market. 4 million DEC is like 4 days worth of burning. So no, not as much as I was hoping. But Mega Marcus, we thank you. So Namath is planning to buy 100 packs. Very cool. So Harry Lair says, also, how do I get into parallel beta? I can't figure out how to play the game. Can't find any packs for sale on the game either. Help, I'm stuck and really want to play it. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do, I'll try to do a live stream with Darkest Night soon because he's been the one kind of walking me through things. And I haven't even done it myself. To get into the beta, I don't think they give out like any beta codes or anything. I just tweeted at them or X them, whatever you want to call it. I just messaged them on X or spoke to them and they DM'd me and we figured it out. I gave them my IGN and they gave me access. I think that's been the case for several others as well. Because I've told a bunch of people, it's just like, if you want to get in, just do that. That's what I did. And they responded relatively quickly. So I think they're in a place where it's not open, but if people want to come in and play, they're not going to stop you, right? They want you to come in and play. So yeah, do that. When it comes to packs, there's two separate things. You can play with a starter decks. You can buy packs, which they call apparition cards, right? So similar to ghost cards, but you still have to pay for the packs. And I think the packs are relatively cheap. I think Darkest Night got them for like $1 each or something like that. Now, the thing is, those packs aren't real cards or NFTs though. So keep that in mind. It's just if you want to get a bunch of different cards, start building your own deck and not be using the starter decks, then you can go ahead and do that. But it's not until you buy the NFT versions of the cards that you can earn with them. So he's gone through and started buying some cards and he actually earned for the first time, I think yesterday. Again, earnings aren't going to be very high. I don't think that's really the goal with something like Parallel. They're just trying to make a fun game that, you're not going to be able to quit your day job on, but you can earn from it. And here's the thing. If the Prime token does take off, in the same way that we're hoping like SPS does, but if the Prime token does take off, that could be, those earnings could start to become exponentially higher. And what I like about the ecosystem, and Darkest Night was kind of telling me about it as well, it's just like, in order to like mint anything new, you have to burn something old. So it's like they've really taken that concept to heart. So you either have to burn like Prime to get something, or to mint new cards, you need to burn some old ones or something like that. It's a really cool concept, and I just haven't had a chance to finish the white paper, but I'm a big fan. Alex says, Queen Mycelia under $4. Wow. Makes me feel dumb for buying mine at 10. Anand, what's going on? Hello, good morning. Now Aggie can't make you rich. Well, if you believe in him for Genesis League Sports, then maybe he can. But I'll be honest with you guys, and I expressed this to Darkest Night and Walking Keys as well over the weekend. I just find it a little strange that Aggie is so quiet. It actually makes me nervous that he's been super quiet. There's been nothing in Math Chat. He hasn't said anything. He had his access revoked, or like his wizard status revoked in Splinterlands. The only thing he looked at in the Splinterlands Discord was the value of his assets. He went to the bot there and like put in a bunch of accounts that I'm assuming are all his. I mean, some of them I know are his. Other ones I was just like, oh, I didn't realize that was his too. But it's like $1 million worth of assets. So I'm just being honest with you guys. It makes me nervous. It makes me really nervous because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. The only time he's said something was in the GLS Discord when it was like the 30-minute office hours on Tuesday of last week. But he hasn't said anything else since, which I don't want to assume anything. And I don't want to like put, actions where there should or shouldn't be actions, but I'm not on the same. I'm not on the same boat as many others. Like I thought, for what it's worth, I thought Aggie did a good job. Granted, I got to see a lot of what he did internally with the team too, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it was perfect, but I respected what he did, and I thought he brought a lot of value to the Splinterlands ecosystem over the past couple of years. So I know there's like this love fest going on right now where everybody's like, oh, Matt's here, Matt's going to save the day and blah, blah, blah. Like, again, that's fine, right? But I just find it weird that like if Aggie was moving on, I would have expected, having met him, having seen him literally every week when I do the town hall summaries and stuff like that, like I would have expected him to say something like, it's been good being the CEO and, you guys are in good hands and, I'm going to go over and focus on GLS. So come over there and let's make an awesome game on the GLS side, right? Like just something simple. But yeah, I don't know that he hasn't said anything. So I just don't know what that means. And I'm trying to let my brain not go to the craziest places, but looks like Luis agrees with me. It's mega sus. Blockchain Project says, check Discord. Matt is on tonight for Town Square. Oh, that's cool. Well, let me check Discord then. Later is Town Square. Oh, man. So I thought there wasn't going to be anything today. That's why I streamed. But hey, you know what? It's all good. Everyone, I'm going to be on Town Square later to give a quick update and answer as many questions from the community as I can, possibly even dropping stats for the next Rift Watcher airdrop card that's coming up soon. Hope to see you there. So when is that? 6 p.m. tonight. All right, fair enough. Well, hey, look at that. Couldn't go a week without doing something. That makes me happy. I don't know if you got pressured into it, but I'm happy to see it. Thanks for taking the time, Matt. We do appreciate it. All right, so that's awesome. Lawrence Blake, what's going on? Darren, what's happening? Good to see you guys here. All right, so what are some of the biggest questions you guys have then? If we're going to be going into this town square tonight, what are some of the most burning, pressing thoughts that have come to your mind over the past week, essentially, since the last town hall and the major announcement that happened? If I had to think, he's not going to give out. He's not going to give out Rebellion info. I think that's going to come later this week, as was stated in the thing. I'm wondering if he feels the need to come on and kind of explain the position of why they are doing Rebellion the way that they are. And I personally would actually love to hear more on this. I think it's a cool idea. I think the team is giving up a lot more than it is getting. And I guess I'm just trying to understand what the long-term plan is for this. So that would be my biggest question to Matt. It's like, okay, fine. We talked about like Rebellion, we talked about land, but what is the we don't need to get into land, but like, is this going to be the case for all sets looking forward? Right? So whether they're mini sets or whether they're main sets, core sets, is this always going to be how it happens? I mean, is this always how it's going to be whenever there is a promo card, for example, right? Will the DAO be the one commissioning the team to create a promo card? Similar to Vruz, but instead of, the DAO essentially pricing Vruz at a voucher per BCX, giving us something, And in that way, I actually think it'll be a good thing, right? So if we're moving in that direction, then it should be that the team is earning money for doing these things. Now, granted, the team could just do it and sell it, but getting some kind of like upfront minimum payment from the DAO. And I wonder, you know what? I wonder if Serial was maybe some kind of precursor to this, or like a catalyst for this. Now, granted, I mean, they've already said $250,000 is not a lot upfront, right? For in terms of like how much it's going to do for the team, they actually lose out a lot more. But imagine like in the future, I don't know, it's like they're commissioned to make a Zerial type card. And that card, I don't know, maybe they raise like 50K. Again, I'm just pulling a number out of my butt. So 50K or 100K, something like that. That's actually a lot, right? So maybe that's too much. But I guess what I'm trying to get at here, think about it this way. Because I don't know what the makeup of the team is like. I know it's mostly contractors now, especially on the art side. So what if it was like this, where, hey, we want to do a promo card. Instead of it just taking a ton of like resources and whatever on the front end, we want to raise like 20K or 25K or whatever it is, 30K, 50K, however much it is, the cost for hiring all the different services that would be needed. So then in a way, it's like, okay, well, now Matt, Nate, all of them don't necessarily need to go and figure out, where is this money going to come from, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, all right, the DAO's commissioning us. It's going to cost X amount of money. We go hire XYZ people, right? So your creative team, narrative team to come up with the lore, someone to come up with the artwork, right? Matt works on the stats or whatever. And essentially that card is like the work to create that card is then paid for upfront. So there's no more resources that need to come from the company or whatever the case is. It's just the resources are paid for. At which point then the card goes on sale and half of it goes to the team, half of it goes to the DAO, right? Or whatever the new type of thing would arrangement would be, whether it's 50-50 or 60-40 or something in the future. Harry's saying Rebellion pack price and size. If he does get into Rebellion stuff today, that would be awesome. I would very much look forward to that. Level Up Life is in the house. Level Up Life, how have you been feeling, man? There's been a lot of negativity happening around the Splinterverse, and I'm specific to say Splinterverse because it's not the rest of the crypto market. The rest of the crypto market is in October mode for sure. Rubensky, when land? LOL, just kidding, but LOL also not kidding. We also need to know when that thing's coming out. So the 1-year outlook roadmap once land is launched. That'd be great. Ooh, what's going on, Keys? Good to see you here. So Harry says, Aftersound, what are your thoughts on how many new players does SPL need to average monthly to thrive, and how does that compare currently? Oh. That's a tough question. I'm going to answer it in a different way, and I'm just going to try and put numbers to make it real. I don't think it's about necessarily new players coming in, because I'm a big fan of the whole Kevin Kelly type of 1,000 true fans model, where like a business or individual can be sustainable. It's like if you can deliver X amount of value to this many people. So for people who don't know, the Kevin Kelly model is 1,000 true fans, right? So if you have 1,000 true fans that you can get to spend like $100 on you per year. And what I mean by this, like for a lot of like artists or musicians, like that's how I kind of came across it. It's like if you can find 1,000 people who are willing to spend $100 on you per year, whether they buy your album, they buy merch, they buy concert tickets, whatever the case is, but you get 1,000 people to spend $100 on you per year, that's $100,000, right? And you can extrapolate that to be whatever, right? Maybe it's 1,000 fans and you only need $50 per fan, or maybe it's like 500 fans, but each of these fans is like a super fan, and they're all going to spend like $200 on you, right? So it's just, you can play with the numbers. The principle behind it is just how many people do you need in order for the game to be sustainable in the long run. And that's kind of what I wanted to answer here, because in terms of like new players coming in, I think that's going to be difficult. And I think we're going to go through waves of like a bunch of people coming in when there's a green candle and a bunch of people leaving when there's a red candle. My guess would be, and I'm basing this off of numbers that Matt gave in the last town hall, where he said the expectation is to sell 2 million packs, right? At a minimum. If they can sell 2 million packs, they're going to be in a good spot. So imagine they come out with a new set every year, right? Maybe we don't even get mini sets anymore. Maybe it's just a new set every year. Just for the simplification of it, right? So 2 million packs times $4 a pack, right? We'll say if it's the same or similar to Rebellion or to Chaos Legion. So now we're talking about $8 million, of which half, keep in mind, half of that goes to the DAO. So now we're talking about the team operating on roughly $4 million of income every year. And on top of that, they do get market fees and, you know, little other things here and there. But let's just use that 4 million, right? 4 million, $4 million. So I guess we can just kind of reverse that back out now. $4 million is the equivalent of 1 million packs. How many packs would a person need to buy in order for us to reach that 1 million packs? And now this comes down to how many real people are there in the game, right? So let's just say you have 1,000 real people. 1,000 times, what is it, 4,000? So 1,000 people buying 1,000 packs. Yeah. So 1,000 people buying 1,000 packs would be 1 million. Do we have enough people in this game that on average the individual person buys 1,000 packs? I don't think so. In fact, I think that we're probably pretty far from that. But what we can try to do is tweak the numbers a little bit and say, well, maybe there's a lot of people on the long tail. Let's say someone like I don't know, myself, for example. Maybe over the course of Rebellion's run, I end up buying 100 packs, right? So now all of a sudden you're like, okay, in order to sell 1 million packs, so 1 million, I think we're gonna get the number here. 1 million divided by 100 is 10,000. Are there 10,000 people in the game willing to buy 100 packs? That's the question. And again, we're talking about on average. Are there 10,000 people willing to buy 100 packs each? That's about $400 worth of value that we'd be giving to the game every year. Now, once again, we can extrapolate this further, assume a larger player base in the long run, and say something like, I don't know, maybe it's only 50 packs if you have 20,000 players, right? 20,000 casual players that just come in and on average buy 50 packs, right? Or 40,000 real players that come in and on average buy 25 packs. Again, it gets a little ridiculous out by the edges, but that's my point, right? And again, I think when it comes down to it, we've seen that the game ultimately ends up getting dominated by whales. So you might look at this and say, what, 50 packs and 20,000 players? Like, there's no way that's going to happen. But keep in mind that you're going to get people who will probably buy several thousand packs, right? In fact, like Nemeth here is saying, like, we have one out of the 1,000 right there. So who was it? That I think it was Mega Marcus, right? So now you have somebody that's going to buy 1,000 packs, which means that the rest of the player base just has to figure out how to split up the 999,000, right? I think, am I doing that math right? No, it was 2 million packs. Shoot. Either way, you get what I'm trying to say. So I guess we need 2,000 people to buy 1,000 packs each in order to cover that 2 million packs. Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm just giving you hopefully the conceptual framework of how I'm looking at this. So to answer then your question as directly as I possibly can, what are your thoughts on how many new players SPL would need to average monthly? It all depends on how soon we're trying to get to that sustainability number. Some people might think that we're there already, right? And if over the course of a year, the amount of people in Splinterlands, the amount of players that remain in Splinterlands are willing to buy those 2 million packs, well, then we're good. We don't need any new players to come in. But the question becomes, are the people in Splinterlands willing to spend that much every single year for the game, right? To support the game, to play the game, all of that. If we can get to a sustainable spot, which I think is very doable now. I mean, the team is much leaner, right? So there's less overhead and all that. I think it's doable, because then all of a sudden you bring people in, asset values don't fall the way that they did with Chaos Legion, and on the whole, you start to add more people in who, whether they're hardcore or casual, it doesn't really matter, because now you're bringing that average price or average pack per person down. If the market wants to shake out 98% of people, it needs strong narratives. Says Level Up Life. All right, so one day the DAO needs a proposal for automatic token rebalancing. Okay, Mega Marcus, I'm not disagreeing with this, but what is your preferred allocation? Let's say we were to do it where you had like the admin, so Ali, right, essentially had to go in and, I don't know, on a monthly or quarterly basis and rebalance, like how much Bitcoin should we be holding, how much DEC, how much SPS, how much of the other things. I'd be curious to know what your thought on that is. Lord Rolheelho, what's going on? New name here. To sell 2 million packs, it all depends on the value of the pack. Do you mean the price or the underlying cards? Alex says, no, it's not going to happen. BB Omega, did you read your Discord message? No, I'm sorry. I have not jumped into Discord. That's why I missed Matt's thing also. What am I looking for here? Oh, you DM me. Sorry, I forgot. Wake me up when September ends. Oh, BB Omega, this is why I love you, dude. You're hilarious. So BB Omega forgot to wake me up yesterday when September ended. But guys, isn't it good to see October in full effect? I don't know. I'm getting excited about this. 28K on Bitcoin. Got the halving in what? How many days? Let's see if Siri can answer this. How many days until the Bitcoin halving? Oh, you can't answer it? Lame. It'd be awesome if Siri could just do that. All right, fine. I'll put in when. Isn't there like some website that has like a countdown? There you go. Having countdown. 205 days. 18 hours, 39 minutes, and 50 seconds. Almost there, guys. April 25th, 2024. So a little over 6 months away. Almost like 6.5 months. Oh, exciting times ahead for crypto. That is for sure. So let's see. How many packs have been purchased for Rift Watchers? Have we gone? Has there been an increase? I think we were at about 200 million DEC recently. 204 million. Okay, so not that many packs were purchased. Which means I guess we'll be expecting this next week still. Again, it doesn't really matter when it unlocks. I think they're still just going to drop it on the next Tuesday. So October 10th, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, the October 10th release date should have Immolation, is what I believe the name of the card is. It's really, 6 more burns-ish, roughly. We're seeing the liquid SPS start to rise as well. There's just too much in here, too much for the current player base to support. Which makes you wonder what's going to happen once we get Grain added into the mix. Grain is going to be a whole brand new token. And I'm assuming, Grain is going to be, it'll probably be 6 months from whenever Land 1.5 comes out to whenever 2.0 comes out. So, and at that point, we're going to get like 50 other new resources, which will all be tradable tokens. Now, in a way, what I like about Grain and these other tokens is they're only being produced on an as-needed basis for the most part, right? If there's enough demand across the board, then it's just going to be not cheaper, but it'll just be better overall utility for the tokens. Now, you contrast that to vouchers is easy to contrast to. Vouchers just get printed every day. So that's, 40,000 extra per day. Nobody's doing any work for that. They just get printed. SPS, there's 3 billion. It's on a predetermined schedule, but we're only 1/3 of the way through and it's already lost 99% of its value. So we'll do the math and see how much utility will get added in. DEC is something that has changed dramatically in just my time here. I think monetary policy changed at least twice. And we just have a ton. But the good thing is once we work through this extra stuff and Land eats up a lot, DEC should be similar to something like what I'm expecting Grain and those other Land resources to be. It should only be produced by burning SPS and only on an as needed basis. But I can imagine there's going to be some kind of like black magic, whatever, when it happens, where we're going to see like spikes in SPS and then people will immediately convert it to DEC just because they can get a lot of value and then sell that DEC on the market is what I'm guessing will happen. Which will probably happen with Rebellion, but hopefully in a good way if we end up locking all that DEC in the DAO. I just hope that the DAO has the balls to burn all that DEC after they get it. Because I know that for the most part, I will probably be voting against anything that takes DEC out of the DAO for an unnecessary reason. Like, sure, it's great that the DAO will have a ton of value in it, but if that value ends up finding its way back into the marketplace and essentially driving the price of DEC down, right? Because even the 250K, imagine if we didn't have stablecoins. We could pay that out in DEC tokens, for example. And let's assume DEC was at peg. Well, now in order for the team to actually get some kind of value from it, they will need to sell it on the secondary market to pay their server costs and their employees. All right, Mega Marcus is saying rebalancing has to be thought carefully, but I propose 50% stables, monthly balance, first shot idea. Again, well, here's the thing, Mega Marcus. There's no wrong answer here. I think everybody just has different preferences. So when you come to something that's set up as a hive mind, similar to the way that the DAO works, we're gonna have to figure out. Hive mind might not be the best analogy, but it's like when there's a bunch of different cooks in the kitchen, I think people will just have different thoughts, right? So 50% stables is interesting. It's very conservative. I don't even know that I would agree to 50% stables, although it's, considering where things have been, we would have been better off holding that than SPS, right? So, or DEC at this point. DEC is down like 30%. But yeah, I mean, it'll to your point, it's something that'll need to be thought through and then decided upon by a majority of the community. So Lord Rolhilo says, yes, SPS needs to be burnt ASAP. So I was getting into it with not really getting into it, but just having a discussion with some folks in Mav Chat over the weekend, because there's the idea. I think IC Flow has been pushing it for a while, saying like we need to have an SPS like halving, and essentially like reduce the amount that's getting printed. And I'm not against that. That's fine. But the problem is the reason that halvings are so effective for something like Bitcoin is because people want Bitcoin, right? As opposed to SPS. Like nobody wants SPS right now because we all have too much of it. It's too much for the current player base. So we need to get rid of a ton of it in order for like the new stuff coming out to have any value, right? The only way like a halving would have any kind of effect is if, for example, we had players actively trying to get more SPS, maybe new players coming in or Sol keep getting launched, all these different things. Right now, I don't see it happening, right? Like we can slow down the amount of SPS being minted every single day, but that's just not going to do anything to the fact that we have so much SPS already in the ecosystem that nobody wants. I don't know. Just a thought. BB Omega, do you want company? I just came home and can jump on if you want. Yeah, you know what? I was actually not going to be on for much longer, but if you want to come on, dude, I love talking to you, man. So feel free. I will shoot you a link right now. Where is Discord? Oh, Discord. So Blockchain from Peru. I'm literally just bought 250 how to spend on SPL assets. Everyone is so depressed, loving it as I get everything cheap. Hey, man. Well, buy or be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. All right, I'm just waiting for Discord to open, and then I'll send it to you. BB Omega, give me a minute here. Why isn't this working now? There we go. Okay. When the next bull run happens, I promise I'll get a new laptop. Oh, man. There we go. All right. Send you the link. Feel free to come through, man. All right. So I thought there was one other thing that I was looking at before the stream that I wanted to chat about, but I guess I'm forgetting it now. We'll come back to it if I remember. So Carlos says, oh, it's Mango Mayhem. What's going on, Mango Mayhem? A lot of uncertainty right now, but I feel that Matt can turn this around. Yeah, I think that's the prevailing sentiment going around right now. I think the other question is, I don't know, how much worse can it get, right? I mean, yeah, the team could collapse or the company could collapse, but at this point in time, you know, the thing is, I'm aligned with Matt because I assume Matt has like one goal, and that is to raise the asset values of everything across the board. So if he's looking to do that, and primarily I'm looking at you, SPS, being the thing that can really turn things around, then I am all for it. The thing is, we're going to lose some SPS utility later this month, right? When does the airdrop for GLX end? Isn't that soon? I haven't even been in the GLG site in forever, so I think that ends soon, and then the GLX staking rewards ends relatively soon, or next month, I think, sometime in November. But good to see you here, Mango Mayhem. Well, Matt's gonna be on tonight in about 6 hours, which is fantastic. I'm really happy he's doing this. I think it'll be good. So 39 days to end GLX rewards. Hold on, but is this the GLX airdrop? Because I thought the airdrop started in October, and then the staking rewards were in November. You know, I guess, let's see if I even remember. Goals.Genesis League. Oops. After sound. All right, let's see here. $39 days remaining for staking rewards. Okay, so the airdrop should be even less than that. Man, they haven't even got a working game out yet. There's like so much promise for this project, and just like, it's October already. I thought that over the summer they got the beta, open beta out, and I think in July. I think the expectation was we were going to get rewards out, the staking requirement out, we were going to get skills, burn event. Like, it's been 3 freaking months, and literally nothing has changed, right? Like, am I being too harsh here? What else was added? There was something added to teams recently. Oh, there was the roster points, RP. It's like, can I see? So my roster points, that was added in. But goddamn, is that the only thing that's been put in 3 months? Oh shit. I mean, I'm really cheering for Aggie. I want Aggie to go in and like push this thing to the moon, but what, like, it's been 3 months. Let's see, is anybody playing casual right now? Oh, this looks different. Halftime is only 20 seconds long. Make sure. Oh, there's subs. Okay. So let me stop being an asshole about it now. Subs was added, and you got some UI stuff added in. Okay. So I just haven't been here in a while. But still, I think the expectation was to get community stadiums live, staking GLX, or staking for rewards. So yeah, now we're in December. All right, let's just do practice mode. I always get my ass kicked in practice mode, though. That's a problem. Our BB Omega, we're just waiting for you, man. So take your time. Sorry, I'm going to turn the sound. Actually, no, we'll leave the sound on. Sorry if it's too loud. Pass that bad boy. Pass it to him. He's our shooter. Oh, they changed the timing down too. Now it's not 3 minutes. So that's fantastic. 3 minutes with every kick. All right, let's pass across. Dribble it through. Pass to... All right, he made it one. Oh, come on. Shoot that fool. Oh, come on. Oh, hold on. This is like way too loud. I wish I could adjust. I guess we'll just wait until after the game. Oh, wow. The game goes much longer now. I mean, in a way, I like that. I was hoping for that. Oh, halftime. Okay. I don't have any players on the bench. Okay, cool. You know what? I'll need to jump back into this and mess around with it more. All right, hold on. I am going to silence it though, just because it's really loud. BB mistake. It was too short. Yeah, the other game, when it was 3 minutes, like you just barely had any time. Now I'm wondering how many turns you get per whatever. So let's pass. I have one strategy. It's just like literally get it to this guy so he can dribble it up. because he's the better dribbler. And if he can't do that, then I'm screwed. All right, so pass to him. Oh, man. I think they put in some new people, or my guys are just tired. Oh, yeah. Let's try passing. Oh, jeez. Yeah, see, look. This is what I get for not having any subs. Oh, man. I'm going to get scored on now. There we go. Pass across. Pass to you. Ah, all right. Well, that's fine. I don't think there's enough time for them to score twice now. Damn, look at that. We didn't even get it across midfield the entire half. Unreal. Let's try. Nope. Team management. Okay, so the game actually became a little bit more difficult. I like that. I want a little bit more complexity added to it. I would love for Aggie to do weekly town halls for Genesis League goals. I know that's probably not going to happen, but I just miss like the weekly fix. I know I can't be the only one. All right, hold on, let me catch up here. So 39 days to NGLX awards. Okay, yep. So PC side update, messenger for that. All good. I'm just curious, when did the staking rewards start? I wish I could remember. I'll play a game or two against you. All right, let's do it. I'm just waiting for BB Omega. And BB Omega, if you can't make it, don't worry, man. I'm just hanging out here. All right, so what do I got to do? Do I just... I'm going to hit casual, and we'll see if we populate together, Darren. Oh, maybe you're there already. Somebody is. There you go, D Rambo. Oh, dude, you probably have like a legit team. Let's try to dribble. Oh, gosh. Boom, let's go. All right, okay, well, at least if we lose, we're not going to get shut out. All right, dribble that bad boy, pass up to you. Yeah, couldn't see that one coming. Dribble, pass, let's go to you. Nope. All right, got good midfield defense here. Oh, nice block to whoever my goalie is. Oh gosh, really? Dribble. Dude, I think my guys are just getting tired. I can't get it out. I can't. Oh, halftime. Okay. So are you making subs, D Rambo? I'm curious to know. I don't have anybody else here. And so I can't even see who's tired and who's not. And I don't know what all those different bars mean. Morale and all that. Oh, see, so you got fresh legs. There's fresh legs there. Can anybody tell me what the green bar and the yellow bar are? I'm assuming yellow is morale, green is stamina. Oh, dude, this guy's morale is just getting shot because he can't get the ball anywhere. Actually, I feel like I could be wrong. Does he have no... I think yellow's maybe energy? All right, we're just playing foot. Oh, I thought I'd be able to sneak away with a... Oh my gosh, can't even get across midfield. Jeez. Oh, at least we got a block. All right, get it to this dude. Dribble it. Final score 1-1. All right, I'll take a tie. Wait, so what's green and what's yellow? Does it show here on my team? Morale looks like it. Well, no, that's just... Wait, okay, who's let's go to Yimi Chara. See, like his health and like, okay, I don't get it. It's health, stamina. What does this all mean? GG's, by the way. All right. Oh, there he is. How's it going, man? Sorry for making you wait.
No, it's okay. I mean, do you hear me? Do you have an echo? Like everything is okay? Do I need
No,
to wear
everything's good,
headphones?
man. Nah, you're good, man.
No, so you
Let me get
see,
it out. So
get to see the.
I see the green screen in the back, not in action.
Yeah.
So tell me,
Yeah.
man, you are an OG in the game. You've been around. How are you feeling right now? I know I heard your conversation with Steve and all that, but like, where's your head at?
I'm super hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm super happy. I think it works both ways, both for the Splinterlands and in Venium. I think the right people now are at the right places. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's sad about us losing some people, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. As long as we get to go where we're heading, I'm super excited. I think Matt Matt's vision is now finally will be able to be kind of deployed. So
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wonder, not to say anything against Matt, but I wonder if he always just had like a scaled down vision of what the game would be. Whereas when you had Aggie, coming on the other side, and then Weirbeard talking about new game modes, I think we all had this like expanded vision of what Splinterlands could potentially be. Whereas now, Matt's going to come in and really, to me, I feel like, we're not talking about game modes anymore. We're not talking about esports. We're not talking about anything outside of like really new sets and land, which is focused, which could
For
be good.
now,
Yeah, for now. But I do wonder what his thoughts are like long term and what he plans on building, because land obviously is a huge component of that. But in terms of like Battles 2.0, I was just talking with Keys this morning, and he's like that was a year ago that they teased Battles 2.0, and it's like it was never on the roadmap. It's not out yet. So I'm just wondering what the game looks like in a year or two from now, based on where you think we're going.
See, but the thing is, like, I'd rather have 3-4 things that they focus and actually deliver than to have all those promises for 10 plus things that keep on being delayed. People have some expectations, then with the failed expectations come the salt and whatnot. So I first of all think that like the vision, Matt's vision is what actually we were hearing about all along. Like, it's way greater than we think. I think there were other messengers that were presenting it, but as much as I have heard, even the small bits that he's talked about, like how he sees the game, I think his vision, together with Nate's vision, I think that's what we all would really want, anyways, because I think it's not scaled down like at all. And just because he's focusing on laser focusing, as he said it, on certain aspects that he feels like overdue, I don't think that means that in general his scope is just narrow. Like, let's get the main game going, let's get some new user experience, and then we'll see what we'll do next. I think, and I think he mentioned on the town hall as well that for now, he's focusing on things until he can get the company to a point where they can actually start to planning out how the future will unfold. Like, it's like a temporary measure to stabilize, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm very excited. I think with the conservative approach of Matt and with his brain, I think great things, even greater things are coming with. But that's me. I mean, I'm usually always bullish. So.
Well, it's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear your opinion
Bull Daddy.
on that.
Bull Daddy.
Bull Daddy, right? So the thing is, to your point, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. So my thought was, Aggie brought in a lot of different projects, things like that. And I wonder if a lot of the short-term revenue things that Matt was talking about were aimed at trying to just keep the team together until the market picked up, right? But there's that saying, like, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So, this idea that there's going to be this huge Bitcoin bull run right around the corner, and that the team would just kind of string along until then, at which point, like, things would be much more comfortable. It obviously wasn't sustainable. Seems like they hit a point. So now there's like 20 people on the team, I think, with like a handful of contractors.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So my guess is that they can just run much more lean overall and just focus, as you were saying, like on the core things, like make land as awesome as possible, bring us, the new sets, and then focus from there and build up slowly rather than, oh, we had this huge run in 2021. It brought in a ton of money for the company allocated in a couple different places. But with the bear market, a lot of the area started to recede, and it just became a challenge to kind of keep the people and projects that were being worked on,
Yeah, as excited as is seeing parabolic growth, I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't think it's good for the game overall. I think we should grow slowly, organically, and get towards where Matt wants us to get to.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll get there. Like for him, land is like everything, right? It sounds like he wants land to be just this awesome kind of vision for what the future of the game will bring in. So what I'm really excited about is he said in the last town hall, land, hopefully we're not going to get these phases anymore. Land will just be like, hey, every time they have something new to offer, they'll just update land. And like 2.0 will just be something where we get a 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, and then finally sometime next year we get it where all of the resources go live, and then all the buildings go live, and all these different things happen, and we're not having to wait these long periods of time in between.
See, what was the most exciting? One of the most exciting things about the last week's town hall was that he actually mentioned that in about a month time, so I'm hoping by the end of October, we actually get to see the first draft of 2.0, and that's a book I'm waiting.
Yeah, the 2.0 white paper. Yeah. Cryptomancer was teasing that as well, saying that it looks awesome. And I mean, I've heard like bits and pieces here and there, and I'm excited for 2.0. I think that the part of the frustration though is like, here we go again. We're hyping up 2.0. 1.5 isn't even out yet. You know what I mean? So people are just like,
yeah, I understand, but for me, it's not that. It's not the hype. It's like I'm really excited to see the vision, because as awesome as it sounds, 50 new resources, that's cool. I know, like all the liquidity pools and all the DeFi aspect of it. But actually I'm curious to pick his mind to see the actual vision. Like, I don't think it ends up with the 50 resources. I think it's way beyond that. So maybe we see glimpses of that in the 2.0 white paper. Oh, and by the way, on October 16, preliminary, but it's kind of like it's set, but I mean, stuff happened. But 16, if everything goes as planned, we'll have him on into the Splinterverse.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that could be around some very interesting times there.
Yeah, 2 weeks, Monday. I mean, exactly 2 weeks from now. Hopefully everything will be like there will be no hiccups and he can come. But yeah, I'm very excited for that, having a conversation with him and getting to see his vision without the pressure of he having to convince anybody of anything.
Yeah,
because it will be just a normal laid back talk as we usually do into the Splinter.
Yeah, that'll be a good conversation. I'm looking forward to it. I was just saying that in the context of like what's to come in October, I think a lot of people are still hoping that we're going to get land 1.5 sometime between now and the end of October. I think the post about Rebellion was saying, we're going to get details on Rebellion sometime in the first part of October, and then the pre-sale starting shortly thereafter. So it could be an interesting time. I don't know what will come first or how it'll happen, but you could be talking to him around the time of like the release of either Land or Rebellion or something like that. So you'll have a lot to chat about.
I'm kind of pessimistic about the Rebellion actually starting in October. I'm thinking more like in the middle of November. That's like
really? Okay.
My speculation. But yeah, I mean, regardless, it's like at this point, whenever I have the chance, and you mentioned earlier something like is he having some sort of a town hall today, or like what did you mention?
So yeah, I mean they just he posted that they're doing a town square tonight. He'll be on to answer questions.
Awesome. Town square.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they're keeping it up. It makes me really happy because I was like, man, if we don't get another town hall and the team doesn't say anything for like 4 weeks, people are gonna just check out, right? So,
Yeah, some of
but
them. No,
I
I
think.
think people that are to check out have already done so.
Mhm.
I think the people that actually here still, we are the people that will be here like ride or die at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm happy that Darkest Knight changed course and he decided that he's staying at least last I heard. So,
Yeah. No, he's selling.
oh, he is.
Yeah. He sold
Okay.
his node earlier today. He
Oh
sold his
well,
node and he started on staking his SPS. I mean,
it's
you know,
sad, but yeah.
I'm gonna let him know that there's a town score tonight to see if he can tune in and maybe change his mind a little bit. But
Well, I mean, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, as somebody that I value, I wish that he would not leave. But of course, if that's his decision, I mean,
Yeah.
um, best luck in his future parallel endeavors. Pun intended.
You know, I love Darkest Night, but I was even giving him shit for it this morning because like he literally like flips back and forth. So 2 weeks ago, no joke, he called me and he's just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna sell everything. And then last week he saw the announcement. He's like, Matt's there, and Matt's taking over. And he called me and he's just like, all right, man, I'm staying. Let's go. And then he called me this morning, and I guess he thought through some other things. And yeah,
See, but the difference is the first time he told you he's selling, you were supportive from what he said. Like you said, yeah, go on, man, do it. And now you were like, what the hell are you doing, man?
well, the first, because we talked about it for a while. So when he told me that, I was like, here, okay. So just being your friend, objectively speaking, you listed out a bunch of reasons of why you wanted to sell, why you've approached this as an investment too emotionally, and all these things. I'm just like, you should be objective, like as your friend. Even though I'm here and I make content, I'll do some contract work with the team every once in a while. Like if you don't feel comfortable, I don't want to be the guy telling you to stay, right? Like I just want to be that guy. Like, so you've given a rational thought to it. If you want to sell, like, go ahead. Like I support it. You and I will find other games to play and other things to talk about. It doesn't really matter. So that's what I was telling him. And then like he flipped around. So I don't think he's like leaving yet. It's
I
just,
don't think he will. Yeah, and
yeah.
I think he will come back. I mean, at some loss because he's selling now at this price, and he'll come back at different prices. But I'm sure he'll come back. I'm certain.
I'm hopeful that land will, and not just about him, but I'm hopeful that land and the launch of land and then Rebellion will be things that can rejuvenate the player base, right? I know that'll be a lot more spending, whatever, and all that, but I genuinely think like there's a bunch of whales in this game that will buy packs and cards and whatever, no matter what. So, at the end of the day, if we can have a good October or rest of the year, whenever Land and Rebellion come out, we see the card prices go up. We see some positive action, positive price action, positive releases, positive things from the team. I really think that not just for him, but a lot of people will say like, okay, I'm ready to ride this thing again, which will be perfect timing, because if we get into 2024 and then, things aren't perfect, but they're looking much better, we get into the whole Bitcoin halving and maybe Bitcoin jumps up to 30K, 40K by that time. You know what I mean? Like it could make for an interesting 2024 to 2025.
Even though, as you said already, we decoupled from Bitcoin, but yeah, I agree.
Well, SPS is decoupled from Bitcoin, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing, right? Like if Bitcoin starts rising, that won't necessarily lead to SPS rising, but it could bring more people just into gaming in general. At which point it's going to be important for the team and the community, right, all together to say like, hey, the game's in a better spot now, right? Like, yeah, we have all this baggage from the last couple of years, but the game's in a better spot. There's a new set, it's easier to get in, prices are cheaper, you can buy SPS, all these things. They'll need to sell it well, and they just got rid of their marketing team, but they'll still need to sell it well, right? When that wave comes around.
I totally agree, and I think the next phase will be us selling it, but I mean us selling it well, like us people creating content for Splinterlands.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to ask, like, do you need a wake up call beginning of November as well? Like, do you want to wake up when October ends?
No, man, I'm good. I'm good now, man. It's October. I'm following all the Bitcoin stuff. Like I said, for me, I really try to. obviously I talk about the investment side of the game a lot because it naturally interests me. But it's like what happens in the Splinterlands economy is like such a small part of like my interest in like global macro, all this. So like it's funny because I'll come on to these streams and I'm like, oh yeah, Splinterlands. But actually, like I'm very excited about what's happening with Bitcoin adoption outside of this. The global macro is a little scary, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm bullish on Bitcoin and I like where things are going. My only hope is that despite the fact that things are decoupled, we get to a point where everybody starts piling into crypto because Bitcoin shoots up and they're just like, hey, what were those games I was playing in 2021? Where are they now? What are they up to? And we can get people who, are already familiar with Splinterlands and then new people who come in.
Yeah, and just last thought on the people living part, because at some point, several months before the whole boom that happened that brought all these players, I was also kind of checking out of, like, I checked out of the game in a way that I was like, it was a grind. It felt like job at some point, like when it was like fighting for spot for leaderboard spot at silver, and then grinding 13-14 wins, and then you come upon somebody with way lower rating, the RNG kicks in, you lose, and then you lose 36 points, which means the last 12, 13 games were like almost didn't happen. So at some point it felt like a real grind, and I was like, okay, I mean, I had enough. But what I did is I just stopped playing the game. I just started focusing my attention somewhere. I left everything that I had in there, and I just moved my attention. So whenever the SPS news came, and I was like, oh, let me check what's going on. I had all my assets. I hadn't sold anything. So it was, for me, it was like I did leave. I did miss some opportunities by not being here around the end of Untamed and whatnot. But I still had most of my assets. So for me, it was like, yeah, I'll just pick up where I left off. So that would be my advice. Like if somebody's to a point where they need to check out, for example, Darkest Night is, they might just keep their assets. I mean, I don't like.
I told him to just bought his account.
Lower. Technically, they can go lower, but I don't think they can get that much lower. So in a way, you can just leave them there and check back in like half a year or whatever it is, and at least you won't have to rebuy in, which might be better, although I doubt it, but might be way worse. So yeah, that's like my non-financial advice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling him the same thing, and I'll try to like let him know again, where it's just like, because for him, and hopefully he doesn't mind, but I'm just like, I told him just like, all right, the amount of assets you have in Splinterlands, like, if you lose it, if the company goes bankrupt tonight, like, would it suck that you lost your assets? Yes, but is it going to change your life necessarily, right? Is it like life-changing money? And like for him, he's just like, no, it's like he's always treated it like a game, right? But I think the interesting thing is I'm like, okay, well, if it's not going to change your life, then it's like the risk to reward ratio is so vast where don't sell it at such a low, right? Yeah. And these are conversations I was having with him like months ago, or he's just gotten to the point now, but it's like, just bought your account, just leave it, similar to how you kind of checked out, right? Back in 2020. And then when the bull run comes back, even if you still don't like the game, just come and sell, right? Come and sell when things are up a little bit more. Again, I don't know how much they'll be up, but I have to imagine that rising tide raises all boats. Like at this point, just speaking as objectively as I can, I don't know that Splinterlands is in a position where SPS is going to make a new all-time high in 2024, 25, right? Like market cap. But see, that's the important thing. We don't necessarily need it. The thing is, everybody's been earning, whether from playing or staking or whatever. They have a lot more SPS now. Maybe we just go to like 20 cents, but that ends up being enough to get people like in the door because the earnings are still significantly higher. But on the charts, it'll look like, oh, this game never recovered from its 2021 high. You know what I mean? But people involved in it. This is why people didn't leave Axie. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, we don't talk about that, but this is why people didn't leave Axie, because they're still earning there.
But see, the thing is, like, usually when people are following the green candles, like when like there is big hype and everybody's like, oh, which is the next thing that I can ride on? They don't look, they don't zoom out for the big picture. they look past 3 6 months, whatever it is, like half half a year probably is the max, and then and they see a huge green candle because 20 cents reaching 20 cents, it will be like almost 20x from now.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't see the previous all-time high, you're seeing an asset that is rapidly rising,
Hmm.
and that on its own is exciting. And when, as Stevie was mentioning before, when they come to a point and see like all the liquidities that are providing you with that much APR, which will be way higher if we reach 20 cents, and with almost zero risk, you'll be like, oh, let me at least jump in that part, even if I'm not interested in the game. So I mean, even a rise to 10 cents will change a lot, I think. And it's all connected also with the earnings. Like, it's one thing
Hmm.
to earn uh, 6 7 SPS at 1 cent. It's a little bit different earning it at 10 cents. So
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, the interesting thing is, I think it's like 22 or 23 cents. Like if SBS were to go to 22 or 23 cents, we would actually be rivaling the all-time high in terms of market cap, right? So the collective value of SPS, but we'd still be down almost 80% from the all-time high. So it's just, again, I don't know how things are going to play out. I just hope that land and rebellion end up being effective in terms of like driving utility to both DEC and SPS.
oh, and also, can you stop calling an Axia game?
What is this supposed to be then, huh?
Please. I don't know, something like
All right, hold
uh,
on, let me catch up on the chat here. Skyer says, "What's up to you? What's going on, Skyer?" Elisios agrees with you about not hyper anything new, but problem is current backlog of what's already been there. Yep. Once they deliver the backlog, it will slowly. So Unknown says missing Aggies FOMO. You know what? I agree with missing Aggies FOMO, but part of like the FOMO, it needs to deliver, right? So we've
you
been hearing
don't
about
need to
land
miss it, man.
FOMO.
You just go to the GOG channel, and you'll be enjoying
He'll be
all
right
this
there.
FOMO at some point.
He hasn't been talking much there
He's
though.
not
So
gone. Well, I mean, okay, but he's not gone, and
yeah,
he
he's not
might
gone.
be he might be like in hibernation in lieu to all that happened. But Aggie is Aggie. He'll
Do
show
you
up. He already resurface, I'm sure.
do you think he'll be on the town square tonight with Matt?
No,
No.
uh, I don't think that necessarily they argued or they like are not on speaking terms now. It just I think in regards to professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
at least for a while, they'll be trying to keep things, in my opinion, as separate as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what I am expecting is to see not long from now Weird Beard on the Invenium side. But as for Aggie
Well,
appearing,
Weird Beer was let go though. So
well, yeah, I know. So does it
I
mean it can be hired from Invenium at some point in the next couple of months?
I hope so. I mean, I would love that. I think Invenium is a better fit for him because it's sports, and I think he's better with the esports side of things. So
Yeah, in general, like if somebody believes um, a hit, if somebody from the team believes hit in Weirbeard, that's Aggie. And I think he was a tremendous asset for him, and I don't think he'll spare means to get him back if he can. So, I mean, it might not happen. I just won't be surprised if it does. It's kind of like a nothing based on prediction on my side.
got it.
Well, it's
All
not
right, fair enough.
nothing, but yeah, nothing like solid. No information.
Sure.
whatsoever.
I mean, again, I'd love to see it. I do miss some of that hype. Unknown saying if they reduce pack pricing like $2 to $3 for Rebellion with 1 to 2 million packs and change the reward cards to tradable again, I think it'll invite players. What do you think about that? How do you feel about Soulbound reward cards? Has that achieved the goal that it was trying to accomplish?
I think it did. I don't think they will do neither of those things, and I think we are fine just the way we are. I mean, obviously, we all like to earn liquid assets,
Mm-hmm.
but so does bots, and ours will be at some point liquid. Whereas if bots give up, theirs won't be. So I'm totally fine. And actually, bots and them having still heaps of reward cards from before, is one of the biggest reasons I'm totally against the whole proposal for burning cards for reporter
Yeah.
packs, because it won't be, in majority it won't be chaos cards that we're burning. It will be reward cards. So it will hurt the Rift Watcher set without adding much really benefit
Value.
to
Yeah.
the Chaos Legion set. So
Well, that's fair. It doesn't look like it's passing now anyway.
well, it's up, like it's back and forth, and for now it's not. But like I think I saw, like, I think Gold Matters was posting several tweets, and he's like, yes, 2 days ago, oh, now it's passing, and then one day ago, oh, now it's again not passing. Kind of like seems like
It goes back and forth. Yeah. You know what will be interesting is it. And again, I haven't thought through the full implications of this, but what if they required, in order to unlock the Soulbound reward cards, you had to burn an old reward card?
Oh no, I'm so for burning cards that's totally fine. It's just I don't think Rift Watcher set is the right thing.
That's fair. I can totally understand and buy that reasoning. But it's just, imagine with all the Soulbound cards. Imagine if you had to go through and actually burn an equivalent amount of BCX for the previous reward cards, and in that way, yeah, you'd always, yeah,
equivalent rarity. I would guess.
Yeah, so equivalent rarity. So if you wanted to get like an Oceanus, or you'd have to burn like an Oceanus to get the new, I forgot what the water one is, Musa, Celine, or something, right? So you'd have to burn the equivalent style plus a voucher or something like
Kulu.
that.
Kulu
or Kulu, yeah, Kulu Master. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one I have bunch of. A max gold foil, one additional BCX gold foil, and level 3 regular foil.
I still have only one card maxed out, so I think as long as if they do it for a full year, I should be able to get most of my commons and rares, I think, maxed by the end of January. But I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to launch Rebellion soon. I would assume people want to see Rebellion reward cards too.
I saw the title of one of your recent videos. I just didn't have the time to watch it yet, but you mentioned.
It's okay, you don't have to watch them all.
No. You mentioned about something about your strategy now, which implies that you have changed it. What did you actually change? I'm curious. I mean, maybe I can keep the video.
My strategy.
It was like it was like a rewards. I think it was a rewards video where you were opening your end of season rewards, and then.
I saw like moving down to gold essentially.
Oh, okay.
So, because again, I'm getting beaten down by a lot of the diamond decks, a lot of the max decks, and I don't have a max deck. But what I found is that because I have a lot of SPS, I have a good amount of like gold foil cards and promo cards. The wins that I get in gold allow me to sometimes earn more SPS than I would earn in diamond, right? Because the competition has gotten so much more fierce that I spend most of my time in diamond 3 or diamond 2. So at the beginning of this season, I got knocked down to gold 1, and I can play in gold 1. I can compete in gold 1. So every time I get a win there, I'm getting way more SPS per win. And this kind of goes in line with like my future plans for Rebellion, because I'm just like, all right, if Rebellion comes out and it's going to cost, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000 for a max deck, like I'm not going to spend $4,000 to $5,000 for a max Rebellion deck right off the bat. So my guess is that I will probably end up leveling down and seeing what modern is like in gold, maybe even silver initially, right? As I slowly build up whatever cards I need for Rebellion over time. And then, the idea is to earn more, buy more cards, level up my deck, earn, Rebellion packs in chests if they end up swapping that out to Rebellion, and then just building up my deck that way and slowly make my way back up to Diamond if I can.
Yeah, interestingly, I've done something similar previous season. I started, even though I'm reaching top of Diamond 1, I started not jumping into Champion so I can earn Champion chests on the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figured out that jumping in Champion hurts me in a way that instead of getting 8, 9, or 10 like Diamond chests every day, I'm getting like 3 or 4 Champion. And with the RNG, it's kind of like there is a chance like 3 of them have SPS and 1 is potions, or like the chance of getting cards diminishes greatly in what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, sure. Instead of getting 50, 60 Champion chests at the end of the year, the end of the season,
yeah.
I might as well get like 70, 80, or even 90 maybe Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have it's not much the difference between diamond and champion in like percentage wise. So I'd rather have more chances of having something of value than increased chance of that being even more valuable.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I try. I It's the first season now that I'm trying. Like last season, I decided like I won't move up from diamond, so I stayed until the end in diamond. So this season now I'm making diamond chess now for the season, and I'll see how that goes. But my staked SPS is for diamond.
Same.
I do have maxed out deck for Chaos Legion, but nowhere near competitive in Tame. Not to mention that I'm playing in Wild. I mean, Archmage is playing in Wild, and I do have some Wild cards, but they're all like around gold level.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not getting penalized even if Archmage decides to use them, since gold is okay if you're playing in Diamond. Whereas
Yeah.
if I go to Champion, there already be a penalty if the bot uses them. So yeah, I think I'll ride a couple of seasons like that to see how things are, because I was going really good with the soulbound
Mhm.
cards, and all of a sudden now it feels like kind of stagnated a little bit. Like
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's my strategy is going to change. I don't know how quickly or aggressively you're going to be trying to level up your rebellion deck, but I think for me, and I know many other folks, it's probably going to be slow and steady and see what comes with rebellion first.
I don't know neither.
Oh, so you're not? Are you planning? Let me ask you this: are you planning on buying packs?
Oh, definitely. Just
Okay.
I mean,
how many would you estimate?
Depends how much I can squeeze from the banks. I don't know. I mean, they'll be paying for them. I won't be. So,
The banks.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't have the amount of money I want to have to put into Rebellion, but I want the packs. So banks have to come to back me up here.
Oh, I wish I had the
And
banks to back me up too.
they might see their money someday. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But
It's a
yeah,
dangerous game you play, my friend.
Hmm?
I said it's a dangerous game you play.
No, it's not actually. But yeah, that's another topic for another conversation.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let me catch up on the rest of the chat here, and then I gotta hop off in a couple of minutes. Let's see here. So Tathico was saying, I was thinking something this morning. What really crashed the rental market and didn't help SPS market was the switch from CP to SPS.
No,
I mean, I'm still happy with that change overall. So at this point, it's pushed back 4 months. So better just stop waiting and go play other games. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Unknown saying we already saw the prime of Splinterlands. Well, I don't know that anything will ever, to that point, I don't know that anything will ever top 2021, but I do hope the next bull run will still be exciting.
Before you hop off, can I give you some poo?
Some what?
Some poo.
Some poo? Go for it.
Yeah, I don't some sugar. About like it's not only you. I mean, I was giving some to Dwayne as well, but like the more Splinterlands content creators I hear about, how okay, now since things are very slow, I'll go to see what other games I might jump to. It's increasingly worrying me, because like it's not only you, it's not only Dwayne. Like I hear it from a lot of content creators, and what I think you guys don't realize, it's not about it's always good to diversify. Don't get me wrong. Like I also said, like to Dwayne, like he got me wrong. Like I'm not saying don't look like be Splinterland Maxi, don't look at any other game, but it's the timing. So if at the same time all content creators start talking about the same thing, people will be like, oh, okay. I mean, this guy was streaming mostly Splinterlands contents for the last like year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, and now all of a sudden he starts diversifying. It's the message that you send is like kind of losing faith in the project already. So do your research, of course, try different games. Just when it comes to content, I'm thinking I think Splinterlands is mostly the game that got you wherever you are already, right? Most of your followers.
Yeah.
build up from the Splinterlands
The
game.
community is still mostly Splinterlands based, right? Whenever I talk about any other game,
Yeah.
it's just a handful of people.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your content. Obviously, do whatever you want. But it's just upsetting in a way that saddens me to hear so many people now that we're going through a rough time. All of a sudden, I know you're not jumping ship. I know nobody is jumping ship, but it feels like for somebody who is brand new and is coming and it's like he heard about this game, he heard about this awesome content creator, he wants to jump on his channel to learn more about the game, and they're like, okay, today we'll be talking about Axie. We'll call it the game and we'll talk about Axie or Illuvium or Parallel or whatever it is. It's just like, I don't know, you guys, I count you as pillars of the community, and I'm hoping that you reconsider like how much time you invest into spreading other content in a way that.
Sure, fair. Well, look, let me say this. I understand where you're coming from. If you've noticed, the most of my content still, like video wise, is still Splinterlands related. I haven't actually, I mean, even though I'm just exploring other games, I haven't started creating content, although I would like to, mainly because it's not anti-Splinterlands. It's more so I am looking forward to a bull run that has a bunch of games going crazy, right? And excuse me, a lot more games getting launched in the next, I don't know, 6 to 12 months. But I will say this, you know, I obviously have a lot of respect for the team. I have a lot of respect for the community. But where I will respectfully disagree with you is that it's not really like my responsibility to save the game. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's why I said that I'm no way in a position to tell you what to stream. It's just sharing my, as a viewer, sharing my like how I feel about. And I said it's not personal. Don't take it personal.
I'm not at all
attack already. It's not even an attack. It's just sharing my sadness from what I'm seeing lately. And I'm hoping it's just something that is temporary. Because see, yeah, as promising as all those games look in the beginning, like the grass is always greener on the other side. If somebody is thinking that they won't go through almost all the hurdles Splinterlands already went through, they have to be delusional. Like whenever there is earning potential, there will be bots. Like one way or another, there will be bots extracting value. And all those games, as shiny as they are with better graphics and whatnot, the majority of them don't have any economy thought of. And there is no way a token is sustainable or winnings are sustainable if there is no economy. So everything looks shiny in the beginning. Yeah, you jump in, you take some profit, and you jump out because they will go through the same hurdles that Splinterlands went. And if Splinterlands taught me something, is if things start go parabolic, take your
profit.
Take your money and go, man.
But see, and that's where kind of the mindset has been for a lot of the conversations that I've been having. It's like, okay, well, if these games are new, they're shiny, whatever the case is, you jump in now, and then what you learn from, you know, the lesson that you learn is that, as you said, when things start to go parabolic, you don't believe in it and double down for the long run. You take your profit and run, right? So that being said,
you know how hard that is, right?
Oh, I mean,
when you see things,
it's easier said than done.
The last thing on your mind is like, okay, I have to take my money and go. You're like, oh, okay, I made 10x when I make 100x.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, there's no end to human greed, right? We'll always find a reason to rationalize it. But I will say this to your point. You know, the nothing has changed necessarily in like the commitment that I'm making on this channel for Splinterlands content, right? I still try to put out multiple videos per day, and I'm still trying to do my live streams. So anything that I would do regarding other games would be in addition to that, right? If I find that there's enough value that game is bringing to my life that I want to share it with other people. But for the most part, you know, I'm still bullish on Splinterlands long run. I think, as I've said before, like my scope has changed significantly, so I'm not sure if it'll be able to achieve the heights that I was hoping that it would. That doesn't mean I don't believe in Matt. I think Matt will do a great job with what he's trying to do. It's just I don't know what his long-term vision is. But That's a good question for the town square tonight, to see
Yeah.
how he sees the next couple of years, because that vision was sold to me with Aggie and Weirdbeard over the past 2 years, right? We got to see, like, at Splinterfest, what this could look like if it's an esports game, and what it could look like if it's a platform of games, like what they're trying to do with GLS. But we've kind of gotten rid of all the distractions now. So for me, I get it. Matt's trying to, batten down the hatches and focus hardcore on getting Land and Rebellion. But it's like, okay, Matt, what's your 3 to 5 year plan? If everything goes perfect, what is your 3 to 5 year plan, so we can understand and recalibrate our new kind of long-term vision for the game?
Although I have like a feeling that we've already heard about his plan. His plan is to get things stabilized in the next, like, until the end of the year, and then make a plan. So that's what I think we'll hear. But
Probably.
yeah,
I mean, he kind of said that already, right? So
yeah. One more question, like, I like, out of curiosity, are you planning to start streaming on Twitch as well?
I am, yeah. So actually, today would have been a day that I probably would have streamed on Twitch, but since I missed yesterday, and I didn't think there was going to be a town hall or town square today, I just hopped in on YouTube. But over the weekend, I was streaming on Twitch. The thing is, Twitch, I want to have more fun, so like I miss playing Fortnite. So I think I'm going to do like Web 2 stuff and have fun and play.
Yeah.
Maybe Twitch is probably going to be where I end up exploring a lot of the other games. So like I played Parallel, I played what's that other thing called? The My Pet Hooligan. Like Twitch is going to be more so like just a hangout where I just play games that I feel like playing, and whether that's Web 2 or Web 3, it's just streaming, it's just hanging out. Whereas here, I want the channel to be much more focused in terms of like content, and when I do live streams here on YouTube, I'm not necessarily playing, right? A lot of it is very conversational. I think the community or sub community here has a very like high IQ. I love the conversations that we have. Whereas over there, I just want to, bazoom, just shooting, just have fun on Twitch. But I do still want to do some Splinterlands stuff there, because I noticed today there's nobody streaming Splinterlands. It's so quiet.
I will be in a while, but yeah, I mean, keep your other games for Twitch, so I can steal your.
So but BB Omega, you should be streaming regularly.
No, yeah,
there's an audience and nobody to feed them now.
Yeah, I have always planned to. It's just like, it's like so fresh. Like it came out of the blue. This the abrupt ending of Splinterlands TV. I just don't have like immediate plans. For now, I'll be like sporadically showing up there. But the thing is, I was thinking about going live, and probably I will sometime a bit later today. But yeah, at some point I'll have like a schedule that I'm trying to keep to, like you doing.
Nice.
Like people know Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday most of the time.
Most of the time.
You're online. But yeah, that's coming down the line.
Cool, man. Yeah, I think there's an opportunity there, because there's a great audience. They were supporting Splinterlands TV for a long time, and now there's nothing there. So
I love talking to people. So
yeah, see, that's just what the community ends up being.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to rip through these comments, and then we can call it a day. Also, if Bitcoin do a parabolic bull run, most of us will make extra gravy and have more to invest. Yep, that can happen. So Unknown is saying, my friend is a former member of Splinterlands developer. He told me that the resources are down to less than 35%. I mean, it's a small world, Unknown. So I can probably like make a calculated guess as to who your friend is. So I wouldn't necessarily advertise all of that out. That's why Aggie and Matt are constantly fighting if they will continue the project. All right, so kind of hard to do TN on a Web3 game. I agree. So Listios, while many of them are dormant, tons have long-term potential. L4, what's going on? L4 GG's, I think we just played recently in Modern. So if SPS only hits 23 cents, how many diamond hand success stories will there be? Dude, everyone will be celebrating if we hit 23 cents.
Oh, 23 or 0.23.
No, 23. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 23 cents.
I mean,
maybe. Yeah, I know.
0.23, anybody will be excited.
Land 2025, right? If that happens. So
yeah.
It feels weird to not have heard a single word from Aggie for an entire week. Yep, that's what I was saying. Was a little strange and concerning for me. Is it confirmed Rebellion? No, it's not confirmed that Rebellion will be out. That is all I got. Oh, I'm gonna have to go and take a quick phone call, I think, in a second. So did Land delay every project rollout? It seems like it. Maybe not from the GL. Yeah, actually, I think even from the GLS side, but it's hard to verify that. But Land definitely delayed tower defense
Yeah.
So soulbound reward summers were a huge mistake. Also, giving the summers the ability to bring gladiator cards was another huge mistake. I mean,
It wouldn't
it's done
necessarily
now.
be a mistake.
Yeah. BB Omega, it's not always that people don't want to cover SL. There's just nothing to cover right now, and the reason to go is only SL's fault. Have them deal with their own bad moves. I mean, there were definitely some times when I was struggling, like come up with content, and I'm not going to be somebody that like gets on and forces it, but
I know, I
I just
understand, because when I'm having a 3 hour show on Sprinterlands TV, I have to fill it up with something, and
Yeah.
like when there's nothing to talk about, I have to fill it with playing bronze
Fill
games
something
or
else.
whatever. But I do understand that, but still, it's like it was like
Yeah. I agree. All right, they're the ones that created the drought in content. I'm not gonna put it. I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's a lot of finger pointing that can go on. At least, yes, I appreciate the thought. I agree that we need more stuff, but I'm trying not to, as people say, fud my own bags. Right? I still like the game, so not planning to go anywhere. I think most of us are burned out. That could be it too. I'm hoping that for players like Darkest Night, for example, it's just a burnout, right? And that something new to come in will help to rejuvenate them.
Definitely.
In long grudge, exposition. Darren says, have they went through distribution inflation though? Stabilization of a new token in a market is not achieved overnight. Nope, not the case. I watched new and I made learned in the last 24 hours. Oh, cool. Okay, so there are people streaming over there. Rubinsky, hey guys, great conversation. Enjoy your thoughts. Looking forward to battle you guys in the game. Let's do it. Well, I'm down in gold now in modern, so see what happens. BB Omega, this is always fun, man. I really appreciate your thoughts and your perspective, my friend.
I appreciate you having me on, man. I was planning for that for a long time, and now we were able to do it. So
now we're able to do it. Well, thank you for reaching out. Well, I will again. I'm going to try to continue my schedule as much as possible, and I can go from there. But Alicios, I hope you have a good afternoon too, man. I appreciate you coming through. And yeah, you guys are on tonight, right?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. So actually, no. Yeah, tonight is 8 o'clock, and it's not 100% confirmed, but for now, it seems like Level Up Life will be joining us as well.
Oh, he's always great to chat with. Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to the conversation. Say hi to Steve for me, and I'll swing by later tonight.
Okay, thanks, man, again for having me, and have a good day.
All right, guys, take care. Make sure to tune in tonight.
Bye.